everyone, my name is Jamerson, and welcome to my official Final Fantasy XVI review. Final Fantasy XVI, it was one of my most highly anticipated games coming out this year in 2023, and with good reason, because for one, it's a Final Fantasy game. I've always been a big fan of the franchise ever since I was younger. Two, the game is being worked on by the creative Business Unit 3, who are known for their work on the Final Fantasy XIV games. I'm a big fan. I'm especially a big fan of that. I think the team has a really good track record, and so I have a lot of faith in this game in particular because of that. The game is also said to be more of an action RPG than a turn-based RPG, which is really interesting because the franchise has always been turn-based. I know some of these recent Final Fantasy games have been more action, but they always had a tactical aspect to it, a turn-based aspect to it. It was really interesting to hear that they're leaning more towards action RPG, and they also enlisted the help of several experienced people in like the action space, like Platinum Games, who are known for Bayonetta. The team working on Kingdom Hearts 4 right now, and they even hired a battle designer that worked on some old Capcom fighting games. So with all of that, and like with how the game looks in like the trailers, like guys, you can't help to be excited and wanting to pick it up day one. I know nowadays in the game industry, there's some games that there are shown to us and they look great at first, but then when you actually get it, it's actually terrible. Well, I'm happy to say Final Fantasy XVI is definitely not one of those games. It plays very well. I very much enjoy it, and the gameplay is very fun as well. And I will explain it all in detail in a minute. But before I do, just hit the like button, subscribe, let me know what you thought about the game, or if you're excited about it, or let's get started. So whenever I play a game, I always boil it down to one question, whether it's very fun or not. And like I said before, Final Fantasy XVI is a very fun game. It's meet my expectations. It's definitely as it's advertised, and I definitely would suggest it to anybody. The story is super good, very engaging, very easy to follow. It's visually beautiful. There is no like frame drops or anything like that. It is a little bit dark in certain sections, so you might, when you set up your settings, you might want to put it up in brightness, because even then I still find that it was dark in some areas. But the story is still good. Voice acting is amazing. I pretty much love the main cast of the game. I do feel like the side characters could have used a bit more development, in my opinion, and the side missions could also use a bit more development, a little bit more flair, because I found them all to be the same or boring and uninteresting. There were a couple that I found interesting, but for the most part, I was just mainly skipping them over and over. Also, there was a couple of times in like the boss fights where I felt like it felt more of a cutscene than like an actual boss fight. I mean, it's not like too much of an issue for me, but I mean, for most times, I just feel like it would be better if it's just, a regular fighting. What's another thing? The gameplay, the combat, the DMC combat. I would describe it as DMC light if you ever play Devil May Cry or Bayonetta games. If you'll feel right at home at that. I feel like it's pretty easy to understand and get into. In the beginning, it'll be a little bit slow because you don't have like all the abilities that you will gain as you continue throughout the story. But as you keep playing, once you get like pretty much 3 icons to control over, you'll pretty much like be able to like a combo and have a bit more creativity. Everything opens up for you. And the only gripe, it's very lenient with like how you can switch between abilities. Because like if you're doing one ability, you can switch while that ability is doing its thing, and then activate the other ability right after that. And there's a lot of technical stuff that happens with it, so it's not just a button masher. Honestly, you gotta time it, but it's not as complex as a Devil May Cry or Bayonetta game. One thing I do wish that was a little bit better is the regular melee combat, the regular physical attack with the sword. I don't feel like there was enough impact on it to make me feel like I'm actually doing something. So, you know, maybe, because every time I felt like I was attacking, it just felt like I was just hitting a brick wall. And I also thought it could use a different, maybe another like combo, like a combo B in it, other than like, you know, doing the hit attack and then press magic triangle or something like that. Final Fantasy is known to be like an RPG, and so, you know, a lot of people are a little worried about there won't be any RPG elements, but, you know, the developers said there will be. That is technically true. There is some RPG elements in this game, but there's not a lot. It's more action based, and I think that's, you know, I guess that's one of the things that should be like a con about it. So the RPG elements that's in this game is that you can craft accessories, but not like a crazy detail crafting, but you can get accessories, apply it to Clive, and then you can like get weapons and craft the weapons, and then get Clive to get those weapons and stuff like that. I mean, I found the weapons, I'm not sure about the weapons being like making a difference, but I did find that the accessories did make quite a bit of difference for me, because I had some accessories that made leveling up faster for me, especially getting those points, as well as this one accessory that, you know, helped me out with like a dodging, and like gave me a little boost in like my attack and then my attack power, attack speed. I believe there's even like some accessories that basically make it easy mode, which I thought was pretty cool. But the other thing that you can do is that you technically have a party in this game, but not really. The only person in like your party you can control is Toggle, which is Clive's dog. And the only things you could do like 2 attacks, and you can have Toggle heal you while you're attacking. And, you know, Toggle is kind of like a little assist that you can help it out. Like if you knock somebody in the air, Toggle can keep them up there until, like, you know, you finish what you were doing. And I thought it was pretty cool that Toggle was there, but I do wish that there was a bit more customization with them. Like maybe you know, give them give Toggle some accessories or something like that, or have Toggle have some extra abilities that you could switch between. So that would be really cool. You also get like actual human party members. I do wish there was a little bit more coordination with their abilities, so that way I can combo with like their abilities. I thought that would be cool. But and then, you know, I already told you about the side missions and the boss fights, where I felt like, you know, it wasn't really sometimes those stuff could be a bit better, but everything else is like super good. Like you know, like I said, the boss fights is super amazing, very fun to play. The standout boss fight for me is Titan, and if you played it, you know like how great that boss fight is. It was my favorite out of like the whole game. The hunts are pretty good too. I found them very fun. They're like the funnest part about, like, you know, the side missions. There's a lot of replayability with this game, with, like, you know, you can replay missions and like a little arcade mode. You can also you know, do like these special Eikon challenges where you can only do one Eikon's abilities, and they give you like a certain preset. I thought it was pretty fun. Like, I learned a lot from like how the Eikons work. Like Odin's Eikon abilities, I wasn't feeling it when I first got them, but after completing that Eikon challenge, I was definitely a fan of it. I was like, I could definitely see the potential. And there's also a Final Fantasy mode. I haven't played that yet, but from my understanding that, you know, it's increased difficulty. You can also get more weapons and I guess boost up your abilities. I'm not sure if you get more abilities, but I know you can get more weapons and accessories and stuff like that, which would definitely be cool to play, and definitely try to stream that at a later time. But for the most part, you know, overall my experience with Final Fantasy 16 has been like super great. This is definitely a game for like newcomers. It's probably not people who are longtime fans of Final Fantasy probably won't like this as much, because there's a lot of things that, you know, you don't really have. But for the most part, this is like a really great addition to the franchise. I'm definitely interested to seeing if they will keep like the formula and improve upon it, to try to cater to like the longtime fans again. But I definitely do think, you know, the Final Fantasy, this game has something that, you know, they could like improve upon in the later installments. But yeah, that's about all I have to say. Let me know what you think of the game and what you think of my review here. Who's your favorite character? What's your favorite icon in the game? What are you looking forward to most out of the game? And you know, like the video, subscribe, and all that usual stuff. And thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. Alright, bye.